live in the kitchen with a food hack that will save you money. We're talking about the winner's mindset with tips from real amazing inspiring women in business, and we're tackling the topic of overcoming adversity and feeling comfortable in your own skin with today's special guest. It's Easy Living with Monique Bradley. Hey, welcome to the studio. Today we are live from the kitchen. Really excited to have you with us. If we haven't met before, kia ora koutou. I'm Monique Bradley. Welcome to my home. We're here in the YourFixTV studios, and today we are talking about some amazing topics. We're talking about food, living and lifestyle with a real focus today on what it is to be a winner. So we're talking about the winner's mindset with amazing real tips from amazing, inspiring real people. Now today, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite food hacks to start the show. Now the reason why I wanted to share this with you is, have you been to the supermarket lately? This is insane. I love to bake, and one of the key ingredients you need when you're baking is butter, right? But are you going to pay $7 for a block of butter? No deal. So what does a winner do? A winner goes and gets the cream out of their fridge and makes their own dang butter. So that's what I'm doing today. So this is actually the cream from my fridge in the kitchen. I'm pouring that into my mixer. Now these mixers are real great. This cost me $99, also a great win there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some salt. Now I have these flavored salts here. These are called Amola salts, amazing. Each one has a slightly different flavor. So if you've got maybe garlic salt, or you've got your favorite sea salt, or something that's a little bit flavored like that, you just add in a big pinch. So I'm using a 250 ml of cream there in my butter. And all you're going to do, seriously, it's this simple. Whip it up. So what happens, and I hope you can still hear me, whipping that up real fast, it'll get thicker and thicker, and what will happen is the fat will separate from the liquid. Now when that happens, that liquid is buttermilk, so don't get rid of it. You want to store it in your fridge, and you'll want to whip up some buttermilk pancakes or some buttermilk scones on the weekend. That's a great tip from me. But seriously, this takes just a couple of minutes. And yeah, you can also do it. You can also, something's just happened. You can also do it in your kitchen. Sorry if you just heard someone else talking. You can also do it in your kitchen using a hand beater or an egg beater. Or you can even get the kids to do it by putting some cream into a Tupperware container with a lid and make them shake it. It will take a long time, but it'll probably keep them amused. So great for the school holidays. Now what happens during the process of making butter is it goes through different stages. So at the moment, it's just whipping up like normal cream, and it will get thicker and thicker. Now the first stage you want to look for is, you know, when you go to that fast food restaurant that does pancakes in the, you know, for the kids' breakfast, you end up with those packets of whipped butter. Well, that's kind of the first stage of the butter making process. Then it will get thicker and thicker. But the great bit is where it actually starts to turn yellow. So I'm going to see if we can have a look, and I'm going to show you one of the stages right now. Whew, gave myself a little fright there. Okay, so hopefully, Pete, who's producing today, can you see in there? Now it's just looking like nice thick cream. Right, time to go faster. Now you notice too on the bench here, I actually have some very important ingredients. I have the old handy Chuck's cloth from the cupboard. I've got a sieve and a measuring jug. So when it comes to actually separating the buttermilk and the cream, we need to use some sort of filtering device. So sometimes people use muslin, or you know, that fine cloth. I didn't have any, so what do? I'm a winner. So I grabbed something out of my cupboard. Now this has been, I've already wet this, because you don't want it dry in case the fibres come through. You want it wet to allow that liquid to go through easily. Otherwise it's going to absorb. We don't want that. So I just put that into a sieve, and then all that liquid, all that buttermilk is going to pour through, and you can see how much we can get from just under 250 mils of cream. So when I grabbed the cream, I think this cost me $2.29, and it makes quite a lot of butter, almost an entire block of butter. So you don't have to pay $7 anymore for a block of butter. You're going to save at least close to $5. When you use a lot of butter in baking like I do, I'm going to show you the next stage. you're going to end up saving yourself a heap of money. So, you know, if you're baking scones every week, you're using, you know, maybe a quarter of a block of butter or half a block of butter, depending on how generous you are. You're going to go through a lot of butter, but this is going to save you maybe $20 a week if you're an avid baker like I am. So if we ever look down here and inside, you can start to see it's getting thicker. And I don't know if you can see with the color, it's actually starting to go yellow. So there's no other ingredients in here apart from a little bit of salt and the cream. So this is also good for you if you want to do something that's actually a healthier choice for your body, because there's no preservatives, there's no chemicals in here. So we're getting closer, and I did want to show you this in real time. So you may have already seen the video I did with Alison Leonard from The Breeze. So we did that and we edited it was edited down, but I wanted to show you this happens really quickly. Ta-da! So it will already taste great, and in fact the product that we've got here right now you can use as it is. It's got a lot more liquid, it's more whipped, and it is a little bit different because we want to really get that fat content out. That's where the pure butter is. Oh yeah. Now it gets to a stage where now, and I want to show you, it starts to look like scrambled eggs. So that's kind of what we've got on the balloon whisk here, and the balloon whisk is the best thing, I think, to mix it up if you are using a benchtop mixer like this. So there you go, and I don't know if you can see, but there's actually liquid starting to drip down. That's the pure buttermilk coming out of your butter. Here we go. Getting closer. I mean, seriously, you can put this on, walk away, have a cup of tea, get a bit of a life, call a friend, come back and you've got your own butter. Oh yeah, that's looking great. So it starts to form these, and you'll see the liquid actually falling away. It starts to form these little, these little kind of bundles of, this is the fat all kind of locking together. And remember, these are good fats as well. So not like, say, a baker's margarine or a processed product. This is real, a real product, and yeah, no chemicals, no preservatives. And it's really important, I think, when you're wanting to make positive changes to your life, to know what you're eating, know what you're putting into your body, because it all affects every part of your body, all of your cells and your wellness, not just how you look and if you want to lose a few pounds, but also it affects your brain. I'm a firm believer that you eat processed food, you are what you eat, right? So let's eat good food, real food. Now I do have to share with you, I am quite domestically challenged. So if I can do this, anybody can do this, and I'd love to see in the news feed there, I can't see my computer at the moment, but I would love to see if you're going to try this. Again, it's a great experiment to do with the kids. Oh, it's looking good. They will actually love it, and the flavour is sensational. When it comes to seasoning, you can add as much or as little salt as you like. It's entirely up to you. You don't even have to add salt if you like. And again, you can use, say, a really nice sea salt. Hauraki sea salt is a great sea salt made here in Auckland. Really nice. And it goes really nicely into the butter. Okay, so we'll have another look. Here we go, look at this. And you'll see more liquid coming off there. Yep, looking great, looking great. Very much like scrambled eggs. And it's amazing how through this process, as you're working all those fats, how it does turn yellow. I used to think when I was a kid, oh, they must add some colouring to it. No, it's the real deal right here. Right, nearly there. So there you go, in just a few short minutes, you can have your own butter. Remember, once you take this product out, you're going to filter it. Get all that, because you don't want to keep all that liquid with it when it's in your fridge. You want to keep them really separate, because often it's that liquid that can make your butter go rancid, or if it melts down and the fat goes a bit funny. Not nice. You don't want to eat that. We're almost there. Oh yeah, here we go. Now this amazing process that happens right now. We can see the buttermilk is actually starting to make a pool in the bottom. Oh yeah, there it is. And I actually have to stop because the buttermilk is starting to fly out of the container. So there you go, there's your pure butter. I'm going to grab a knife for that and scrape that off. It is literally that easy. And I have to say, because I've been eating a lot of food for a long time, this is a far nicer product. You know, there's also that really kind of nice feeling that you've made it yourself. I think there's something really that's a real, for me, being domestically challenged, there is a real nice success feeling about knowing, wow, I can actually do this. And, you know, imagine if your kids had that same feeling as well. Just take that off. Pop that in the sink. Right. Now, if we have a look here, I'm going to pop this into here. I'm going to pour this into my chucks cloth. You'll see all of that buttermilk start to come out. Can you see that? And pouring into the jug, or I don't think you can, or you can a little bit. Here we go. And what we've got in the bottom is actually just a whole lot of beautiful butter. But the journey hasn't finished there. I'm actually going to tip all of this. It is certainly not the tidiest of jobs, I have to say, so you will get a little bit, you will get your hands a little bit mucky. Fantastic. There we go, look at that. Beautiful. So underneath here, we've got all that buttermilk dripping out. And here we go, I'm just going to give that a squeeze. And that's all that liquid dripping out right now. This is actually kind of my favourite bit. I do love it because there is a sense of satisfaction about actually squeezing the pure butter inside the cloth. Will make a bit of a mess. And I probably needed a bigger jug, but I wanted you guys to be able to see through and see how much buttermilk. So I used a 500 ml of cream, and I think 500 ml is the same size you end up with from memory as a block of butter you'll buy from the supermarket. So again, really cheap. I think it was $3. So you can have your own buttermilk, which sometimes retails for $3 just by itself, or even more. And if you use this in your pancakes, let me tell you, you'll need a little bit more because it's slightly thicker than milk. It's got a slightly different consistency. So when you're using it to make buttermilk pancakes, you'll need a little bit more liquid, but it will make them go poof. That's what I learnt from my lovely friend Annabelle White, and it really does work. And look at what we've got. Inside our cloth is pure, real, delicious, chemical-free, non-processed, tasty butter. And that's what I wanted to show you guys today. Because if I can do it in real time, what's your excuse, hey? Hey? And if you do want a really tasty product, in fact, I'm going to eat it straight from the cloth right here, which probably looks disgusting. Not bothered, my house, my rules. Oh yeah, oh come on. It is so creamy and so delicious. This on some fresh bread, winning at life. Absolutely. Now, I'll tell you what, I am very excited because I've got some great things for you to share with you. Just going to wash my hands. Now, in just a second, I'm going to show you a very special video from my friend Caroline Sanford. I'll just grab my own tea towel. Caroline Sanford, now she's got a great message to share with you. In fact, I've got some visitors in the studio today, so I'm just going to ask them to help me out. Can you just reach over onto my computer and can you press the that way arrow? Perfect. Here's a special message from Caroline Sanford. She's popped into our studio this week to talk about the power of positivity. Now, she's actually a career expert, and she's got a message to share that I think you might like to hear today. Here's her message from Caroline from Love Your Career.
Hi, my name's Caroline. I am a career specialist. I have a company called Love Your Career, and it helps people at any age and stage of their career journey, helping them to create the future that they want. I suppose, you know, along my journey, it's been up and down and roundabout, as everybody's is. One thing that I think has taken me a while to learn, but I stand behind this, and this is what I really advocate for anyone I work with, is being yourself, or getting back to the core of who you are, being authentic. You know, I spent my life looking after other people's needs, you know, because that's who I am, and, you know, that's where I get my joy. But sometimes you lose yourself in that, and when you're looking after everybody else's wants and needs, you forget about what you need. And realising that who you are, just the way you are, is perfect. And so I really want to encourage everybody, you know, to just really think about what they want, who they are, and just know not everybody will celebrate who you are, but that's okay. It's just as long as you are happy with you, and just stick to that. Back yourself every step of the way and be you, because, you know, you're the only one who is you. Cheers.
Message from my lovely friend there, Caroline Sanford from Love Your Career. Today is really talking about the winner's mindset, and I've just come back to my news feed and just seeing some messages there. Rachel Thompson, so Alison Holst of the 2000s. Well, you know, Rachel, that was my dream. That was my dream, so thank you for your kind words. Andrew B. Gilbert just said, Andrew, who's watching from Australia, kia ora to you, just said, you're a champion. Andrew, you're a champion. It's about being a winner. I want to know, Andrew, are you going to be a domestic god and give making butter a go in your own kitchen? I had so many inquiries about it, so I thought the best way to do it is actually show you guys. Now I just have to find my mouse as well, my home. Everything's going on today. Now today we are talking about a really important topic. It is a topic that's really dear to my heart. It's about the winner's mindset. Now the reason I wanted to talk about this is that, you know, is it okay for us to be a winner? This is a big question. In New Zealand in particular, there's this real tall poppy thing going on, and it really irks me. It really upsets me because a lot of people really have so many skills to share and so much greatness to share, but often they're told to shut up and hide in the background. And in my mindset, that is not okay, because I think if you want to be out the front, you should be out the front. You should show your greatness to the world. But that's often because being a winner means that somebody else has to lose. And my philosophy is, why can't we all win? So that's what I really wanted to talk about today. And I've got some great tips from real amazing people who wanted to share their success tips on the winner's mindset. So first of all, I thought I better delve into what actually being a winner means. So let's take a look at it. Here's the definition of a winner. It's one that is a successful person, especially through praiseworthy ability and hard work, a victor, especially in games and sports, one that wins admiration, a dead shot in a shot in a court game that is not returned and that scores for a player making it. So yeah, some really interesting descriptions there. But for me, I wanted to delve back into what drives us to be successful and where that winner's mindset actually comes from. And I really want to know your thoughts on this. Oh, Mandy Crawford just said, miss cream and beat until it splits. Awesome. Yes. Thank you, Mandy. That's the answer when it comes to making butter. You have to keep on blending it and blending it until your fat and your liquid separates. Cool. Thanks for asking that question. That was a big one for me, making butter live today. So what does it actually mean to be a winner? Back in our survival days, and I'm talking about when we were cavemen, survival actually meant, having enough food for us to eat. So we would hunt all day or gather, and then we would feed and sleep well at night, hopefully safe from predators. Now, while we might be living in a different world now, we're still hardwired for survival, but often that survival means at the expense of someone else. Now, how often have you been in that position where you might have put everyone else's needs before your own? How often have you been in that position where paying off the mortgage was more important than giving yourself some time, or spending $5 going on a special trail somewhere, or spending that money on yourself going to the gym? When was the last time you actually focused on you? Not just everything outside of yourself. So often, and I'm not just thinking about women, I'm thinking about everybody. Often we compromise a huge part of ourself. That's not a win. Because how do we feel at the end of the day when we've given everything to everyone else? How is that helping our survival? My job when I work here with the team at YourFixTV is we get people to come in and share their stories on camera. And often they don't have a lot of confidence. So they come into the studio with their own stories or their own beliefs that they're just not good enough, that they're not great. Who are they to share their message with the world? So my job as a presenter and as a host is to actually help them find their greatness, and not at the expense of other people, but to find their greatness within themselves. And for some people, it's even reminding them that it's okay to set their own boundaries and to set a personal goal that doesn't revolve around their children or that doesn't revolve around paying the bills, but to actually give back to themselves. What happens in that process? Well, according to my understanding, is that feeling when you do a little something for you, when you set yourself a little tiny goal and you achieve it, that's where your personal power starts to kick in. That feeling of exhilaration where you go, yeah, I've done that just for me. So a great example for me is every night, because I have a very busy brain, when I go to bed, and I'm pointing up there because that's where my bedroom is, when I go to bed, I listen to a meditation. And that is my time just for me, not for anyone else. That's where I get to nurture myself. How often do you get to do that for you? Now, often when we're setting bigger goals, and whether it's to lose weight, which is a bit of a story I wanted to share with you. This is a picture of me when I was 19. So that was me at over 100 kilos, and I am certainly not 100 kilos now. So yeah, a bit of a journey there. And this chat today isn't just about weight loss. It's about changing our mindset. For me, it was about remembering that I don't have to be all things to all people, and that it's okay to say no, and that it's okay to make choices that aren't the same as everyone else's. See, here's the thing. A lot of people we see when they come into the studio feel like they're stuck in this hamster wheel of, oh, every day's just the same. I get the kids to after school practice because I know by the end of the year they'll be in their concert and they'll be amazing. Yes, that's great, but where do you fit in the mix? Or some people have come in going, I know I really want to share my business with the world, but really, I'm just pretty average. No. Tell everybody you're amazing. Show them. Be proud of your amazingness. And when somebody comes in and tells you you're not, you have every right to draw your line in the sand and to set your own markers of success and say, I'm owning this space. This is amazing. I have achieved these things and I'm really proud of that. Because New Zealand in particular, and wherever you're watching in the world, New Zealand in particular has this terrible thing at the moment with tall poppy syndrome. And it really upsets me. I have no space for it in my life. It is not a winner's mindset. So I wanted to show you some examples of people who do have winner's mindset and shared their tips. This was Paula Chapman. Now, Paula Chapman is from Evelyn Rose Lashes. This was Paula in 2014. She is my lovely lash lady. I highly recommend you take a look at her site, evelynrose.co.nz. For her, a winner's mindset was about knowing and remembering her why. She embarked on a most incredible weight loss journey and has since, and it's still an ongoing journey for her, lost more than 30 kilos in weight. How did she do that? What triggered her? She woke up one day in 2014 and decided she wanted to be able to run around the park with her kids. She wanted to be able to move. She wanted to be able to feel and look good. And that is what has driven her, remembering her why. It's not about losing weight to please other people or to look great in photographs. It was to feel good in her own skin. Paula, you are a truly inspirational woman, and I look forward to seeing more updates in your journey. So proud of you. In fact, I'm going to applaud you right now. Now, when I took this question of what is it about the winner's mindset that works for you to our Facebook community, I got a message back from Carolyn Williams. Now, Carolyn is actually a coach here in New Zealand. And she has a private counselling service, carolynwilliamsnz.com. She said the biggest one for her was actually, again, to work out her why. This kept her focused and driven, so the how was what was doable. So for her, it was remembering what she was here to do, whether it's acts of service, whether it's about compassion, whether it's doing charity work, or in her instance, about helping transform people's lives. And you'll see there, her business transformed from 5 clients per week to around 20 to 25 clients a week in just 3.5 years. Truly amazing. Now, another tip that came in from another amazing woman in business is lovely Rachel Thompson. Now, Rachel is an incredibly driven woman. I'm going to call her a performance athlete. She is a paddler in a Waka Ama team. She runs marathons. She's incredibly fit. She's a mother. She's a grandmother to a busy wee boy. She runs her own business. She works with TAG, the advice group, as a mortgage broker and advisor. And what drives her is consistency and discipline. Those are her key winning points when it comes to what works for her with her winner's mindset. Now, Rachel actually ended up being nominated and became a finalist in the New Advisor of the Year Awards in the mortgage industry. So she really is an incredible high achiever. And in fact, she's got some wisdom to share. So I'm going to show you that video coming up very soon. So I've got some really important questions for you. First of all, do you have your own markers of success, or are you a hamster in a hamster wheel? I'm going to put it right there. And it's not just about losing a whole lot of weight. It's about personal development. It's not just about paying the mortgage, but that's a great goal to have. It's about how are you evolving in your own skin. And here's some homework for you. And I'm going to do this exercise this week as well. Look at the different areas of your life that are important to you. And I want you to ask yourself honestly, what is your marker of success? And that means, setting a boundary for yourself. I like to call them boundaries of acceptable behavior and how you'd like to be treated. What's your marker of success? Do you have one? Have you achieved any markers of success? What's one change you can make today to get a step closer to that marker? Now, even changing your mindset and considering these questions helps you take a step closer to thinking like a winner. So that is today's information on the winner's mindset. If you want to find more, there's a huge long article on my website, moniquebradley.co.nz, which gives you a little bit more around the science behind it, but I'd really love to hear your thoughts this week. So if you've got some ideas on things you've achieved, what's been the strength or the skills that have got you through? Is it remembering your why? Is it about putting yourself first? Is it about bringing about a win for everyone? What's your success tip? Because I'd love to know and share that with our community. And next week's topic, which I'd really love you to join me for, is about building a personal brand. What is a personal brand? Why should you have one? Are you even battling with this question, asking yourself, yeah, but who am I to have a personal brand? Nobody really wants to listen to me. Actually, I'm a firm believer that every person in this world has wisdom that is ready to be shared with someone else in the world who needs it. So get ready to embark on your own personal brand story. Now, we heard from Rachel Thompson before and her tip of success. I really wanted to share a quick tip when we had her in the studio this week. And now we've got it ready for you today. This is Rachel Thompson.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm a registered financial advisor, and one of the things I love is getting people into their own home. I've been asked today to share a little bit of wisdom and maybe part of my journey. And one of the things I want to encourage you to do is to think about your why. A couple of years ago, this is something that I thought about really seriously and I took a lot of time about, because I was travelling and have done for a number of years across Auckland in traffic, and there was a number of wasted hours, if you like. And so knowing my why, one of the things that I wanted was flexibility. And I wanted the flexibility to spend more time with my grandson, who unexpectedly came into our lives just under a couple of years ago. So currently now, the only traffic I experience is walking over the cat as he gives me a swipe up the stairs and down the stairs, because I'm working remotely from home. And that enables me to see my grandson in the morning and in the evening at times when previously I would have been in traffic. And although my grandson seems to love his papa a little more than his nanny, I now have a relationship with him that I have flexibility and I have time, because I'm in a career and doing something that I love, and working from home enables me to have that flexibility and that time. And it's something that, as a working single parent, that I didn't always have the opportunity to do. And when a number of parents were having school holidays with their children, I was at work and my daughter was at a school holiday program. So know your why and be motivated by it. And for me, the why is flexibility. And yeah, I just think it's something that you seriously need to have a look at and consider and be really passionate about. So that's me, Rachel.
Well, a great message there from Rachel Thompson. Rachel, you're truly an amazing woman, and we are loving working with you here in the YourFix studio. So excited to see your new videos launching very soon as well. There was a little sneaky push for you. Hey, if you guys want to find out more, just Google Rachel Thompson tag. And if you want to look at refinancing your home, or even looking at some real helpful advice on how to get your first mortgage. Rachel is the lady to talk to. Love you, Rachel, just saying. Anyway, we are back here in the studio right now with two amazing ladies. Look, I'm so excited about this. This has been a real big topic this week, particularly when it comes to that realm of living in the winner's mindset. On the couch, I've got with me two gorgeous women. This is Brooke Rachel Huia and Tracy Marie Huia. Kia ora, ladies. Kia ora. And these ladies have an incredible story to share. They're all about an incredible story of overcoming adversity through a message and platform of embracing diversity. Welcome to the studio, ladies.
Thank you.
Look, this week's been a big week, hasn't it? There's been a lot of media, and Brooke, you've been everywhere. So have you, Tracy, actually. Now, for those of you who haven't met Brooke and Tracy before, Brooke, you have just secured the place of runner-up.
Yes, I have.
In Miss Universe New Zealand.
Yes.
Wow, talk about an amazing win this week. And Tracy, you're a proud pageant mother?
Yes.
Of course you are.
Mama.
But there's so much more to these women. So before we even delve into your stories, let's talk about what's been topical this week and first of people's minds. Yes. Since the pageant this week, we've seen a huge amount of negativity. Yes. We've seen trolls. I have seen comments going out, and I'm going to be really straight up about this and ask these questions, saying that, and I was disgusted by this, that pageant girls are... they're over-sexualized, that they are bimbos with no brains, that, you know, why is New Zealand still involved in pageant culture? Now, obviously, we've all worked together a little bit before, and there's so much more to it. But Brooke, I really want to start with you so we can get rid of those trolls and get rid of those myths and actually talk about what's the heart and the reason behind why you got into doing pageantry.
So I got into pageantry to try and show and represent myself of the whole diversity that I embody here in New Zealand. So I'm really trying to push that diversity. New Zealand is really diverse. We walk around, you see people that are different cultures, different skin tones, different religions, and that's really what New Zealand is all about. And I come into this equation of being diverse, of being whāngai from birth into an amazing...
Whāngai means?
Adoption.
Okay, great.
So adopted from birth into an amazing family. And I have grown up with a brother who has Williams syndrome.
Wow, Williams syndrome is quite rare, isn't it?
Yes.
Are they, my understanding is they're 1 in 7,500?
Yes.
Right.
So I've got a brother with Williams syndrome, and then around the age of about 10, 11, we had then found out that mum has multiple sclerosis. So I've had to pretty much mature and grow up at a younger age trying to figure out and how to communicate with my mother and brother who both have disabilities. So it's been an amazing journey, though. I wouldn't want to change anything, and yeah.
Wow, so you know, recently part of your pageant life was really about, you know, part of it is in fact the hugest portion is involved in charity work.
Yes.
Now, even before you got into pageantry, you were already doing volunteer and charity work.
Yes.
So can you just list off some of the charities you worked with?
So I was a part of, I'm a part of the Burn Support Group. I am part of the MS. I am one of the first senior youth ambassadors on the north side of the bridge for hospice.
Wow.
I've helped out with so many different charities, and
of course with the pageant you've done work for Variety,
the children's charity, yes,
and the Scott Foundation as well, which helps children in need in the Philippines. But they also have they also have a division here in Auckland as well, which I was really happy to hear.
Yes, they do.
So pageantry is more than just being pretty.
Yes.
And of course, you know, when we think about one of the biggest women who is a beauty icon in the world, Diana Spencer, Princess Diana, she was a clothes source, let's be honest. She's one of the most beautiful women in the world. But what is she remembered for? Her heart and for the charity work she did. And I honestly see, having been on both sides of it, being in the audience and also training people who are involved in pageants, I've seen both sides of it and seen the huge amount of work that you guys have to endure.
Yes.
How much of just Miss Universe New Zealand alone, how much money have they raised for charity?
I think this year we've raised
close on to
76,000.
$76,000.
Just this year?
Just this year.
Okay, so haters, if you're watching, back off. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was that much.
That's just for variety.
That's just
as well.
for variety.
Wow.
Yeah.
So part of that journey for you was your entrepreneurial challenge.
Yes.
Now, what I saw was something very unique because, like you said, New Zealand being a very diverse country, you had models in there of every age, every nationality. Tell me about your philosophy and your dream behind your fashion show.
So, me wanting to represent diversity, I wanted to showcase it through my event. So I had put on a variety fashion show. So I had the whole fashion show side of things and entertainment-wise, such as singing and dancing and stuff like that. So yes, I had models that were different cultures, different sizes, different ages. I had models that had disabilities. I really wanted to incorporate heaps of different
burn survivors.
Yeah, heaps of different diverse here in New Zealand.
Yeah, which is a great representation of your philosophy. And what I felt at the event was a lot of love in the room.
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Love and
Definitely,
acceptance.
yeah.
It was truly amazing. So congratulations on a great event, by the way.
Thank
Now, Tracy, I'm going to talk to you. You're a pageant mum. You're an entrepreneur. You're a woman who lives in real challenging conditions.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Yes,
Let's
I
be
do.
straight up. Now, for those of you who haven't met Tracy before, Tracy, I just want you to share a little bit of, you're more than just your brand, Betty May Vintage.
Yes, I am.
Can you share with everybody watching today a little bit about your story? Because I know there's a lot of people who don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, at the age of 6 months old, I was being babysat and in a baby's walker, and unfortunately the babysitter left the room, and I pulled the cord that just dropped on the ground of a freshly boiled jug.
Wow.
So I wore the contents of the jug all over my body. Pretty much 3/4 of my body is 3-degree burns, maybe some are even more. So for me growing up, people ask me, do you remember that? Do you actually remember that? No, I don't. I was too little. But what I do remember is the pain thereafter of the skin grafting, being torn away from my mum, as a little girl, having to go into Middlemore Hospital very often, and my poor mum having to leave me there, obviously, and the pain. I mean, if nobody's had a skin graft done, they are painful. They are so painful. So to endure great amounts of skin grafting, which is what a lot of us have had, it's horrible. It's that's the pain, and it's the after effect as you go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about at school? How were you treated with your burns?
I was bullied from day one to the end of my last day. Bullied. Funny thing that though, a lot of the bullies I have met as I've grown up, and a lot of them have not only apologised, they've said it affected them as they grew older, realising that their bullying must have affected me. Yeah. And now as an adult, they've come back to me in my life and said that not only do they apologise, they feel in a roundabout way they've been punished for things that have happened to them.
Whoa, karma. Karma kicked them in the butt.
For their bullying.
Yeah.
Which, it's all by the by. And then as Brooke mentioned, I unfortunately developed multiple sclerosis. I also had fibromyalgia. And just recently, my poor Brookie, while she was in Thailand with the Miss Universe New Zealand retreat, it seems to be that I've got a problem with my heart. So that was a massive big scare for me. Unfortunately, on the Friday just after she left, I had a mild heart attack. So so it's been sort of, my health has been an issue pretty much all my life.
Okay, so you've had all that. You've mentioned during our discussions before you had challenges with fertility as well.
Yes, I did. Unfortunately, I've got, as Brooks mentioned, I've got a special needs son, but I was unable to have any more children. Cervical cancer took care of that one. So, a week before my 30th birthday, it was an emergency hysterectomy. but by the blessings of above and other very, very beautiful, kind people, our beautiful chosen angel came into our lives, and we wouldn't change that in an instant. So, yes.
So Tracy, I have to ask, you know, you've had so many challenges in your life, and I know, Brooke, you've had a few challenges as well. You also battle with dyslexia as well. How is that with your work? You know, putting together an entrepreneurial challenge and having to write content and do your social media posts. How challenging has that been?
That was a big challenge. I couldn't have done it with all the support and the help that I had and was offered throughout my whole journey of doing the entrepreneurial challenge.
But also through your education.
Yes, also through education. So I am also a qualified nanny and a qualified makeup artist. I found it hard throughout the 2 courses, but I was so lucky to have tutors that really helped me out and supported me throughout my whole experience and whole learning curve of my course that I was doing. So it was really good to have tutors that understood and wanted to help me out to try and understand everything.
See, that's winners. Your tutors are winners.
Yes.
Okay, so
Samala Robinson,
amazing. We love Samala.
Yes.
All right, so then, you know, Tracy, I want to cut back to you. How do you get, with all of these challenges, with your health, with, you know, having a differently abled son, you know, with everything that you have to battle with, you have to have a winner's mindset just to get out of bed. So what is your secret of success when it comes to being a winner?
I think I'm blessed with a little bit of a witty humour.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's pretty much. But Brookie, our boy, my husband Nicholas, and our cat Mana, and everybody else in my life that I'm blessed with, they help me get out of bed. You know, I'm surrounded by winners.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've got to carry on, because if I don't, I don't want to be a loser. Yeah, I want to be a winner.
And there's that philosophy too that, you know, you can't fly with the eagles, you can't soar with the eagles when you're hanging around with turkeys.
Exactly. You can't.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No.
Now, there's also one of the other things that I believe, you know, especially with particularly being a burns survivor. I have burns myself, so I totally get this mindset. You know, you both live by a really important philosophy, and it's about, you know, especially because with pageantry, we're seeing a lot of trolls coming out of the woodwork, a lot of haters, the racism is disgusting.
My goodness.
But really, everything that you've been doing is not just about the way we look, it's about the internal journey. And I love this philosophy that I want to share with you guys on screen. This is their belief. Brooke, do you want to read that out?
Beauty is skin deep, but beautiful is soul deep.
I just love that. I just love that because it's more than just the skin we're in. It's about also learning to love ourselves from the inside out and loving and accepting everybody else. And that's really the platform of diversity, which was your pageant message, right? Yes. Now, I just saw a beautiful message actually come through from Rachel Thompson, who said, lovely to hear about your journey, Tracy Marie and Brooke. See, that's why we're doing this show. We want to tell real people's stories and show everybody's greatness. Now, I do want to show and share this image, Brooke, that I did see in the media. That's you. That's the top 5 finalists. Yes. You know, I have had people message me and ask, what is pageant? Just on the flip side, when it comes to a pageant, is it really catty and competitive? I mean, look at these girls. They're all beautiful. They're all fighting for that crown. Are they all just bimbos with no brains?
No.
Not at all?
Not at all.
In those 5,
you've
got a doctor. You've got a lawyer.
Beautiful.
A personal trainer. And 2 teachers.
Kahangareo teacher. And our Brookie.
It's just incredible.
No bimbos there.
No, that's what we like. So beauty, brains, and a whole lot of heart and compassion. Yes. So that's what it's about for you guys?
Definitely.
Well, you know what? I think you're both incredible winners. And it's more than just the work you do, it's the people you are. And I really want to celebrate both of you. And look, if you've got some kind words you want to share, send them into the newsfeed, because right now, you know, we love celebrating people's success. If you've ever watched the Pete and Monique show on a Friday night, you know, our first segment is you're a flippin' winner. And we really do love to celebrate. It doesn't matter how big your win is or how small it is. Every every single win is a step to a more prosperous, more fabulous, more amazing you. So celebrate every delicious moment. A great message. Abby Leaf just said, hey fab people, sorry I'm at work. Congrats on being runner-up, Brooke. We're super proud of you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks.
And see, that's what we love here. This is what we
Yeah.
love, is being able to connect our communities together. Now, ladies, thank you so much for joining me in the show. Any parting words before we finish up today's show? Anything you'd love to share? What's your big message you'd love to share for our followers? A tip on success or a tip on
I'll let
winning?
you go
Brooke?
first, Brookie.
Be true to you. Be who you are. Be yourself, because that's all that matters. And it's good to show off who you are. No point in hiding. Just go out and be proud and be loud.
Yay!
Yeah, I like that one.
I'm so proud of you. Tracy Marie.
I would be the same a little bit, but I would also say, have a look at that person in the mirror. When you see that person in the mirror, you say, not only are you a winner, but you are you. So love that person in the mirror. You know, look at that person and say, I love you. No one else is like you. You are who you are.
As Dr. So said, be true to you. No one is newer than you.
No one is newer than you.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you.
We are ready to head away. Thank you for joining us in the show today, everybody. Oh, Rachel Thompson said, you're all flipping winners. Well, Rachel, so are you. And we loved you being part of today's show. Now, we've got that great topic coming up for next week, which is about developing a personal brand. So the whole show's around that. We've got a hot chef coming into the studio, doing some cool stuff with avocado oil. You want to stick around for that. Honestly, you're going to be super impressed. He is fabulous. We've also got some more great guests. But let's take a look at this screen. We want to hear from you. What's a real struggle? Because you guys help us create these shows. Are you having trouble finding the perfect jeans? How do you get kids to eat veggies? Are you, as we discussed last week, are you having trouble taming the fro or finding your Zen mindset? Do you need someone to help you kickstart your fitness plan or find the job of your dreams? This is what Easy Living with Monique Bradley is about. It's about food, living and lifestyle. And I'll be bringing in industry experts to answer your questions. But I can't read your mind, you know. Send your questions in. And let's get you some solutions. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I'm Monique Bradley. Thanks for joining me in my home here at the YourFixTV studio. Lovely to see so many of you on the show, on the news feed. Remember, this is a live interactive show every Wednesday. It's all about you. Come share your ideas, share your comments, ask questions, say hi. Who knows, you may end up a guest on the show. Hey, thanks to my big supporters there. Kathy Organics for my lovely skincare. Romina for Argentina for making me look less hairy. To Fabulez for my gorgeous jewellery. Simply Beautiful for my beautiful dress. And Paula Chapman from Evelyn Rose Lashes, making my peepers pretty. And also for sharing your incredible story. You're truly amazing. Thanks for joining us. It is time to go. I need a cup of tea. Love you guys. Be safe out there. Love each other. See you next week.